Welcome in, Plugs and Thugs, episode 68. You guys can go ahead and hit record there.
I did.
You like that? That was pretty cool,
okay.
right?
Yeah, that was pretty cool, but I was totally not ready for that.
Yeah, sorry about that. I did that for NZ when I did the show on Sunday, and it seemed to work pretty cool. But yeah, my name, as always, Daniel.
Scott.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Zach.
And we are with without Alex tonight. He had some stuff come up, so we'll be handling it as a trio.
He had some vodka to drink and some potatoes to peel.
Gotta respect it.
You gotta respect it.
Just gotta respect that, man.
But yeah, so this is our first live show on YouTube. Decided to go this route, but I don't know. After our show last week, Zach and myself spoke with Scott and Alex at a later time because we were messing around on the technical side with this cool little program we've been using. And I think we might be upgrading it, and we'll be able to stream on 3 platforms whenever we move forward with that. So it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, then you guys can really give us all the follows on all the social medias because they'll be all over 3 different streaming platforms. I think we're going to add Facebook Live, right, Zach? That's what you said?
Yeah, so I think we should do Facebook, YouTube, and obviously Twitch. It'd be sick if we get some subscribers and what are they, like emojis in Twitch?
Oh, yeah.
One of my buddies already made an emoji out of me in Discord, like wearing the Bob Ross wig and being shirtless. I'm tempted to pay for Nitro just so I could do it in the NZ Discord.
That would be awesome. Or add me to that. If you add me to the Discord channel with that, I have Nitro, so
you can take
post it everywhere. Oh yeah, I could take it. I could probably add it to the our keyboard.
Oh, dude, I'm adding you as we speak right now, dude.
Perfect. Oh, cool. So David and I think your daughter joined us as well from your.
I think she did too. I was waiting for the talking to go down before I said hi. Hi, little mamas, love you. Dude, she was tripping all week after last week on Twitch. She's like, "Oh my god, Dad, I can't believe you're a star. You're a star, Dad."
I mean,
she's
just,
awesome.
Just a pretty face. It's all you are. Right?
Yeah, pretty much, right? That's all I am is a pretty face.
Not a face for radio. You're a face for TV.
That's what I've been told, man. And I have the singing voice of a combination of Fergie and Jesus.
Wow.
I had to.
Impressive.
I like it. But yeah, before we move on to some questions, as I mentioned, give us the follows on the social media. We got the Twitter going. We got the YouTube channel now doing live shows. Twitch. We got the Discord. Our Facebook group is now open. I don't think it's private anymore, so you can give us a like on that, and then our Twitter. But we did get another handful of questions this week. A new person did submit a question along with our longtime listener Adam from Houston. He had a good one in here, and then we have some other cool stuff to get through with playoffs, a trade. And some crazy news going on, interesting and of the other sort as well. But we'll see what happens. Dave told, apparently we have to lay off you. Oh, no, Lori, lay off my man. Never mind.
Oh, because my daughter signed into my lady's account.
I thought he was telling me to lay off. But, let's get right into it, I guess, right?
Yeah, let's do this, dude.
Let's see. Let's use.
I'm rocked and ready and loaded.
Let's use this cool feature that this program lets us do. So we have our first question here from Jay Pizzle. He asked if the Canadians should trade or even cut Carey Price.
All right, well, with the cut, that is a freezing fucking cold take, bro.
Yeah.
Cut him? Okay. Yeah, let's just let him go for nothing. I mean, yeah.
What's the cap penalty? Hold on. What's the cap penalty on that one?
I know, Jesus. But, dude, hands down, without a doubt, you do not cut Carey Price. Do they trade him?
For sure.
I mean,
Maybe.
if the return is right, sure. You know what I mean? If the return is right. But, I mean, who do they really have? Who who do they have in the system coming up that could fill that void? What, Lindgren? But I mean, is he the answer?
Absolutely not. And Keith Kincaid is also definitely not the answer.
No, no,
What are you
absolutely.
talking about? He was a monster for New Jersey.
The best
Until he wasn't, right?
backup ever.
10 games.
Until he wasn't, he got the job and fell apart really quickly, right?
Exactly.
Uh,
But I mean, who would he go to even? Because I just don't see a team that really needs specifically goaltending right now that Carey Price would even want to go to. Because I feel like that also matters, is like where Carey Price would be even willing to go to,
yeah,
which
he's
would
got a
probably be
full
a Stanley Cup
NC.
caliber team. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the first thing, honestly, for I was thinking exactly what you were talking about at first. Like, does it even make sense? Is there a team out there? But we just talked about a team last week that's an exciting one, an up-and-coming one that's right there on the cusp that did not get to the next round that could probably use a goaltender of his caliber.
And who would that be?
Carolina? Do they have
Wait.
the pieces to make it happen? Maybe not.
Oh,
but-
to get Carey Price?
I mean, you'd probably have to ship a lot there, but it depends also. The only reason that becomes intriguing is the fact is, you know, Adam just brought up the fact that who wants to take on the contract. I mean, maybe they find a way to take on that contract to have a less of a return and put that defense in front of Carey Price and make a run, because
Mhm.
I think they're the team right there that's probably a top tier goaltender away from making some noise in the Stanley Cup.
I would say if they had a shot at getting Askarov, sure, you know what I mean, but they don't really have a chance of getting Askarov. So I mean, you trade Carey Price and you have nothing to replace him with. I mean, you have a lot of young, good talent on that team. And yes, I mean it's gonna take a little bit of time. Oh my God, I'm listening to myself. I accidentally opened the YouTube tab. But you know, you have a lot of good young talent that's going to be coming up soon, right? You don't want to get rid of like your stud goalie. I mean, granted, he is, and when I say stud, I mean that very cautiously, because like I said, either last week or the week before, Carey Price has to decide to show up, and if Carey Price doesn't decide to show up, then you're kind of up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Caden Primo, that's right, Caden Primo. He's a really good attendee as well.
Yeah, and Adam makes a good point. I mean, I made sure to touch on that. I mean, I know the Canes would have to move some cap there to make it work, because a $10.5 million contract is not easy to squeeze into a team that is right there on the cusp. And the Canes have to get 3 defensemen. Probably RFAs, right? Or they're coming up for end of contract. But yeah, no, I mean, you've got to make it work. But I mean, that's the only thing. Like, I don't see Carey Price moving. We talked about this on the show before, but obviously shit changes, and we should definitely touch on things like these as they go. You know, as stuff progresses. But if they were going to trade Carey Price, I think the best time to do it was probably a season and a half to 2 seasons ago.
Agreed.
I mean, but now you're basically in the point where he is basically going to ride that $10.5 million contract out until he's ready to hang him up.
How many years left does he have on that deal? I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, UFAs. They actually have 3 defensemen UFAs, not even RFAs. So, the Canes wouldn't probably be able to pull that off. It's just more of that was just a thought that came to me if it was something that can make it work. So yeah, TVR, Vatanen, and Edmondson are all up.
I don't know what team needs him that bad to take on any percentage of that contract, and then also and he's signed until 2026, bro. Yeah, they got 6 more years with him, dude. What is he, 32? So it takes him to what, 38? Oof.
Yeah.
That's a big old oof, dude, if you ask me. 33. Yeah, 33 is a year older than me.
And Hayden Fleury is an RFA too, so they got 4 defensemen. Yeah, I mean, was I saying that it was going to happen? No, it was just more of an intriguing idea that comes if they were to make it work. I think it would have been interesting. Maybe, like I said, a season and a half ago with the Canes. I don't think they were as close to cap hell, if you want to call it that, because they have made a couple of trades for some bigger names and signed some guys in the last couple off seasons. Putting them in that space to where they wouldn't be able to make it happen. Adam did say, "What about the Devils?"
I just don't see Price wanting to go to the Devils, though.
Yep.
Is the
Yeah, it's a
thing.
rebuilding thing there.
Yep.
And they pulled the plug early. I mean, they basically pulled. You put a team on paper that looked like they were gonna to make some noise, and pulled the plug on that pretty quick within a year. Within a year, I mean, do you really want to go to a place that can't make up their mind what they want to do
No, absolutely not.
and aren't surrounding with the right talent?
And
That
why?
would be an intriguing spot.
You said it best, Scott. I mean, why would he even want to waive his NMC to go there? I just don't see any reason why.
It would benefit the Canadians pretty well, but at the same time, like, they have their franchise goaltender already. Someone that they'd probably want to stay for the rest of his career. Not too sure about it, but at the same time, it's like there's no point for Carey Price to leave to another rebuilding team. And there's no real point for the Canadians to want to get rid of him to another rebuilding team.
The only place I could really see him waiving his NMC to is probably to go home to Vancouver. That's really the only place I could see him.
Ooh, that's actually, yeah.
That's interesting, though. I mean, that sounds great, and I don't know. We'd probably have to look up the cap to see if they can.
Oh no, Vancouver couldn't do it. Vancouver could not do it, man. They're already in cap hell. And they haven't even had to pay like Quinn Hughes and shit yet. They're gonna be so boned in a couple of years.
Oh yeah, I mean, and they're making a guy like Jacob Markstrom. He's been, he's just blossomed there and played well when he got the opportunity. So
he's playing well.
Why would you? Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is he's kind of made a name for himself over there, and nowhere near $10.5 million per season.
Nope. Absolutely not. No way. I mean, that's a boatload of money.
Yeah, but to address the question directly, Pizzle, should the Canadians for them?
Should they?
Probably.
Yes. Yeah. Should they? Yeah.
But is it going to happen? No, and there's no way they're cutting them because even the recapture on that's probably going to be ridiculous.
Dude, Bergevin would be at the fucking guillotine if that kind of shit happened, bro. You know the French and their guillotines, bro. They love them.
Oh,
I
yeah.
guarantee you Bergevin would be at the guillotine if he were to just cut Carey Price. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, no, it just doesn't make sense for them to cut him. Trade, sure, but
yeah,
I mean, we just don't see a spot with all the factors that go into that right now.
Yeah.
But thank you for the question, Pizzle. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much. Love the questions.
Next is from our buddy Nick from Winnipeg, Nicky Pets in our league. It's more of a topic. He kind of wrote out a nice paragraph that I'll go through it, but just try to make a shorthand so it wasn't taking up our whole screen here since we were going to put him on the screen. Basically, the topic here is the Jet. He says that the Jets should trade Kyle Connor, as he's shown that without Scheifele, he's unable to become a driver. He gave even more information. He said Winnipeg has a nice crop of wingers that talent needs to be dispersed into different positions. In my opinion, Nikolai Ehlers is the best winger on the team, but is constantly under Paul Maurice's thumb. Never gets first power play time, but does nothing but play excellent two-way hockey. Leads the NHL with zone exits and zone entries with the puck on his stick, and it's not even close. What are our thoughts on the Jets doing something with Kyle Connor?
I mean, if we're talking specifically about like the playoffs, besides Blake Wheeler, who was going to give Kyle Connor the puck? You know what I mean? Andrew Kopp. I mean, he's not really a top six center. You know, he's more of like a third line center, fourth line center. With that being said, there aren't a shit ton of wingers in the league who are drivers. You think of like Kucherov, Kane. I mean, Laine on that team can be a driver. So to think that you had that in Kyle
Easy with the
Connor.
driver getting dragged by the car.
Yeah. To think that dude, line is so slow. To think that you may have had that in Kyle Connor, I don't know. I think that's a bit disingenuous. I mean, I think Kyle Connor is a great complementary piece to Mark Scheifele. Mark Scheifele is a great distributor, and so is Blake Wheeler. And Kyle Connor always seems to find the quiet spaces. Has a hell of a shot, too.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree too. I mean, this is an interesting topic to touch on because it's not one I probably would have thought out of the blue, like getting rid of Kyle Connor, a young talent that has played really well and been one of the more consistent guys on that team. I mean, yeah, it sucks Scheifele got knocked out and he didn't step up and take over a game or anything like that. But sometimes you just have those guys that are complementary pieces. I mean, that doesn't take anything away from the type of player he is or how good he is. But this guy consistently delivers for the Jets. He's a young piece, and has done well in his young career there. Scheifele's not going anywhere. I mean, yeah, he got injured. It blows that they were not able to do what they wanted to do in the playoffs. But do you move that guy? And also, Adam brings up a good point. I mean, they probably wouldn't even get what they'd want for a guy like Kyle Connor because of the type of player he is. It's hard to trade young players that have actually produced and get what you want and need out of it. When you are a team that, even though hasn't got over the hump there, is consistently in the playoffs, consistently a top team, and consistently, over the last, handful of years, getting it done except for in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Sometimes you just need that person to get over the top. But taking Connor away from it, does that get him better? I don't think so.
And we've talked about it before, how Scheifele is the best player on the team. When you lose the best player on the team, the rest of the team is going to underperform just a little bit more,
Agreed.
Sometimes a lot more, just because it's your top assist man, it's your top playmaker, top scorer. Like, it's going to happen. And so I think it's, in all fairness to Kyle Connor, of course his production is going to go down, especially since this is really one of the few times that he wouldn't be not technically on his own, but without your best player.
I feel like this question or this topic kind of comes just from the playoffs alone. And I don't know, man, that fluke injury, I think if they had Scheifele, it'd be a different story.
Yeah. I mean,
Nikolai Ehlers, I'm sorry to cut you off, but
go for it.
Nikolai Ehlers does not replace Kyle Connor to me, dude. Does not. Kyle Connor is a goal scorer versus Ehlers is more, to me, like from what I've seen, is more of a scrappy get in there on the forecheck. I mean, he scores goals and he puts up points, obviously, but I just don't think Nikolai Ehlers replaces Kyle Connor.
Yeah,
I agree with what Adam just said, man. If they move somebody, I would try moving Line 100%.
Yeah, and the thing is, they'd
cancer.
probably get a better return for him because of the name, the type of player he is. I feel like goal scorers usually have I don't want to see the higher return, but when you're looking at a guy that can probably produce 50 goals a season, if he's
healthy and engaged.
Yes, healthy and consistently scoring. If he's not on one of his 20-game droughts, he's definitely a 50-goal scorer. But I just feel like a lot of the time, those goal scorers get the bigger headlines. So he might have a bigger return because he would be somebody that could go also complement a team that just needs a specific goal scorer. I think they're easier to fit into a team, maybe.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind moving a Line 8, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
He just seems like a cancer. Rat fucking faced cancer, bro.
I don't know about a cancer.
He needs to shave that fucking whatever he calls a beard, bro. That shit looks gross.
He literally looks like a billy goat.
Yeah, dude, it looks like peach fuzz. It looks like he's never been able to actually grow a beard. That's just peach fuzz that grew on his chin.
Oh man. No, it's
All
true.
right, thanks for correcting me, Adam. Yeah,
What do you say?
just Ellers is a 60-point guy, good for 25 to 30 goals, but he doesn't have the potential that Connor has. That's
Yeah.
what I was trying to get at.
Yeah, I kind of knew what you meant. It's more of the ceiling versus what he's been doing.
Yeah, I mean Kyle Connor's just dynamic, man.
Yeah,
Kid's quick, shifty, has hands for days.
that he does. He could create on his own, really.
Yeah, but he's not a driver.
Yeah.
He's not a driver.
And appreciate your question, Nick.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's a good topic.
Yes, it is. Let's see. This one is from our buddy Adam, who's also present here.
Okay.
He asked what rule changes we want to see for next season.
I'd love to see him get rid of icing.
With a straight face, too. This motherfucker. That's great.
I don't know, man. Like, I'm kind of content with the way the league is right now, dude. There's nothing really that like irks me too bad that I'm just like, oh my god, they need to change that rule. That's just me personally. But yeah, I mean, I can't think of like a specific rule off the top of my head that I'm like, yeah, they need to change that.
So one comes to my head, and that was, I think it's more because a couple of guys were talking about it in the Discord last week when this, somebody submitted the question. It's not really a rule change; it's more of an enhancement, and you have to be careful on how you do it.
Yeah.
Just like the NFL completely butchered it, but being able in certain areas of the game or certain penalties, being able to challenge it somehow, because some of the penalties that get called are just unreal.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I mean, I was watching the Vancouver Vegas game, and Brock Besser, the puck touched the glass, and they still called it a delay game. Shouldn't have been a penalty. Soft as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I if anything, maybe what you want to say, if you want to put parameters around it, like the last 5 minutes of the game, the last 10 minutes of the game, or the last period. I mean, we don't want to challenge everything because it'll completely slow the game and change the game. I don't want that. They're pretty good at making, calls, but at the same time, we want to take the human error out of it.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like, come on, dude.
Yeah, shouldn't have.
Especially in really, altering the games. It's like the same thing. It was more of a debate with that whole last season in the playoffs with the 5-minute major for Vegas and the Vegas and Sharks series.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh yeah.
Does that end up as a 5-minute? Who knows?
Do I care that it happened? No.
Not really.
I'm so glad that Vegas lost that game.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just, that's just one of those where you're hoping that you could at least say, hey, can you guys take another look at this instead of, that kind of a dramatic call basically ruining the series, if you want to look at it that way.
Well, I think with the majors, they are reviewing them now.
Yeah.
They're going straight to review, but I mean, last 5 minutes, like Adam says, I could see that 100%.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't mean every single call. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's like the same thing. It was awesome the NFL implemented being able to challenge pass interference. The idea was great. The execution was absolutely horrendous, but
well, you don't have robots calling this shit, man. It's not
exactly.
black and white. You know what I mean? You can't really do anything about that. There's always going to be human error.
Oh yeah, for sure, and I don't want that eliminated at all. I mean,
if anything, a rule change that I think needs to take place is you can't press LT anymore, bro. You can't backskate
because we're not any good at it,
and it's not a part of hockey.
Are you sure? I definitely think Kopitar LTs across the blue line.
Yeah,
he protects that product pretty well.
I don't think so, bro.
Let me pull up Scott. I'll get you that right now.
Appreciate
let me pull this up real quick. Let's see, and then we got this one is another more of a topic. Goes hand in hand with news, but I figured this was a good time to talk about it because we got a decent amount of opinions on it. I don't think it captures all of it, but this is what the trade is. If you want to pull it up, I think Zach, you might have the notes if you want to go through it a little bit better than how it
Yeah.
looks on the screen.
So a trade happened today between Toronto and Pittsburgh. Penguins get Rasmus Kupari, Kasperi Kapanen, defenseman Jesper Lindgren, and then also left wing Pontus Aberg. Left wing Pontus, I didn't even know he was still in the league. Aberg.
He's not. It's his rights.
Oh, okay. The Maple Leafs, in return, got a 2020 first round pick, which is the 15th overall. Left wing Evan Rodriguez, center Philip Hollander, and defenseman David Warsofsky. So Toronto picked up a first round that they didn't have, and they also shed $3.2 million in cap space. So I mean, on the surface, like if you were to scratch and sniff, like you'd be like, oh hey, Toronto won. I mean, they got a first round pick. Or Toronto won, they got the first round pick, whatever, blah blah blah. But then I started looking into it. Did they even really win? I mean, who did they get in return besides the first round pick?
That's what I was wondering. Yeah, I was wondering whether that really mattered or not.
Honestly, for them, I'm telling you that. So the reason I don't even know if it's a win per se. I mean, I think I'm looking to. Adam said he thinks it's a good move for both teams. I tend to agree with that. Simply for the fact is, Toronto didn't have a first round pick. Toronto needed to make cap space because they put themselves. I mean, we talked about it last week, I think, if not 2 weeks ago, about the situation they're in. Was Tavares the right signing for that situation? Probably not, but here they are with all that cap tied up in 3 guys. You've got to make space. They weren't going to trade, I mean, does it make sense? Are they going to trade Nylander or Tavares or anything like that? Still, maybe. Probably not Tavares, but Nylander or somebody else.
Or Marner, yeah. It does free up some cap space for them to go out and sign a defenseman. But again, man, they get the first rounder, and I don't see anything else. I mean, Adam says Hollander has decent potential, but I mean, I'm looking at his numbers right now, and nothing is screaming at me besides maybe last year in the SHL, he had 14 points in 27 games. But the SHL before that, he had 21 and 45, 20 and 40.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Warovsky is a 30-year-old that's playing with the Marlies, or was playing with Wilkes-Barre Scranton. I don't know, man. It's a wash to me.
Yeah, it's more of a wash. This isn't really a winning situation, I think. I mean, and it's funny, we got some friends that are Penguins fans, and they found it kind of funny. It's the GM Rutherford keeps doing this. He trades away pieces and then he trades back for him. I mean, Kapanen was a first round draft pick of the Penguins and traded him away, and now guess what?
Overall pick.
Yeah, they said something about, I think they got a 22nd pick.
Yeah,
for him, and then traded a 15th pick to get him back.
So Pittsburgh traded that first overall to Toronto for Phil Kessel. Yeah. Essentially, they're trading. They're basically trading back for him now, and it's a 15th round or 15th overall.
Yeah, 7 picks earlier, and it's a deep draft, but still.
Why didn't you just draft him in the first place?
Yeah, or no, keep him. They shouldn't have, because they traded that pick what do you call it? And it became, is that what it was? They traded the pick that became Kapanen, or did they actually draft him and trade? Okay.
Yeah. They traded the pick that became Kapanen. I don't know, man. It's just a wash. I don't feel either way towards it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Adam. That's what I thought. They traded him and the pick for Kessel, Kapanen and the pick.
Pittsburgh drafted Kapanen. I could have sworn Toronto.
Pittsburgh drafted Kapanen. Yeah, Pittsburgh drafted Kapanen. I know people were talking about it earlier too, and I double checked that. So they traded Kapanen and the 22nd round pick for Kessel. Kessel's gone, obviously, but now they're trading for Kapanen and giving up the 15th pick in the draft. So it's kind of an interesting situation. I mean, they did it with Connor Sheary. They had him, traded him away, and then traded for him back. This seems to be kind of a pattern for Jim Rutherford.
Oh yeah, he did get drafted by the Penguins. You guys are right.
I mean, it's kind of an interesting pattern to bring up, really.
Yeah.
So I think this happens for the Leafs, and then the Leafs flip the first for Anderson. Interesting. What a shit show of a trade that is, huh?
That trade tree is all fucked. I mean, who knows what happened?
Freddie Anderson.
Don't even get me started on him, dude. Dude, when Toronto signed him, I laughed, bro. I laughed so hard when they signed him. I said, "What are you guys doing, bro? Like this?" When they signed him, I thought to myself, like, they must really not want to win in the playoffs, dude. Freddie Anderson just does not show up, and he kicks it with like Taylor Swift and shit. So I can't get behind that.
Oh man,
Fucking ginger bastard.
yeah. Well, that's not very nice, but
Are you a ginger?
it's true. No, not me.
No, I'm not.
We
either.
know gingers.
They have no souls. Fucking South Park, bro.
I know. That was a good episode.
That was a great episode.
But yeah, so those are the questions. Those are kind of the topics that that we wanted to spend a decent amount of time on here. Appreciate the questions.
Yeah,
Please
those some great
continue.
topics,
They're
man.
great. They're really good questions. Hoping to continue to get them because they help give the show some more content than going through shit everybody kind of already knows aside from our thoughts on the actual news.
Yeah.
Really give some content to it. But now that we've finished that section, we can kind of get into our playoff update here. When we left off, obviously a week ago, we had some teams that were on the cusp of getting to the next round and some series. I think the series wrapped up on Saturday, so a couple days after we recorded.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're into the second round here. 8 teams remain. So Philly ended up wrapping up that series against Montreal. And
I wanted Montreal to win so bad just because they're the underdogs. Like I was like, oh, come on, man. I always got to root for the underdog. But I picked Philly like in my bracket, so I was like, I'm so torn here. But I mean, the better team won. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Philly has been great all postseason here, and it's been
So they're up against
the Islanders.
6-seeded New York Islanders. New York
Mhm.
Islanders pulled off to me kind of like an upset in game one. They beat the Flyers 4-0, man. What a shock, bro. What a shock the Islanders have been so far.
I mean, to me, like, I don't know. I mean, we all watch hockey pretty in depth, so I mean, them being good and being in this position isn't really a shock. The fact that they won 4-0 and made Philly, who had looked pretty solid, and I wouldn't
Besides
say
that one
unbeatable.
loss
Yeah, the
against
one
Montreal.
loss. I mean, they looked pretty unbeatable aside from that one loss. And for them to basically come up and just basically, I mean, they shut them out, but they made Philly just look, I mean, hopeless. It was quite impressive. I mean, going into the third period, I think it was 1-0, and then all of a sudden,
it was.
It was over. I mean, they got the second goal, and after that, it just went downhill from there.
It's the Barry Trotz effect, man.
Dude, that guy's a
Seriously.
He just
gets
polished his turds, bro. But I mean, if you look at
polished his turds.
if you look at the Islanders, though, dude, like they have the best fourth line in hockey, bro. Cal Clutterbuck, Casey Cizikas, and Matt Martin, bro. Nobody can beat that fourth line.
Yeah,
I
that is a
kind of
great
want to
fourth
see.
line.
I kind of want to see a Stanley Cup final of Islanders versus Vegas, just so I can see Matt Martin and Ryan Reeves fight. That'd be amazing, bro.
That would be
Amazing.
awesome.
You know how hard I would be watching that? Like this, bro.
Who would you want to win?
I'd want it to be a draw. I'd want them to simultaneously knock each
Just
other out.
fall out, yeah.
Simultaneously.
Simultaneously.
But I mean, to me, Adam says, was it really a shock? It kind of was a shock to me. I mean, sure, they got that top line. That top line's really good, and I always butcher his name. Bellavere?
Oh, Belmar.
No, Anthony Boulevier.
Oh,
I mean, that
Olivier.
kid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Boulevier, that kid's just showing up right now, man. He's having the time of his life. He hit up Anna Kendrick on Twitter, got his dick swinging,
yeah.
and now he's having the time of his life, dude. Just out there swinging dicks and scoring goals, bro.
Big swinging dick. Just threw it out on the table, and guess what?
He's got that
He's a
BDE
man
right
now.
now, bro. He's got that BDE, that big dick energy.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have it if you're gonna be
Well,
that kind of,
While the Flyers in Game 1 had that small pee-pee energy, dude.
It was not good. I mean, as great as they looked, so far, aside from honestly the first series against who the fuck did they?
Who, the Islanders?
No, Flyers.
Oh, Montreal.
Oh, Montreal. Yeah, I mean, even the first couple of games, they did not look that great against Montreal. They were just the better team.
Yeah.
But other than that, the play-in round and the other two games, as good as they looked that bad in Game 1 against the Islanders. It was not good.
Yeah.
This series has the potential to go 7, and that's
It does.
quite surprising to me. 100%.
It's going to be fun to watch. I think this is going to be interesting to see how Game 2, I think they play tomorrow.
Yeah.
How that game goes tomorrow could be a big Game 3 is usually the pivotal one, but I think depending on how they respond to a 4-0 ass kicking, this could be the turning point for that series.
They might come out like Vancouver and just fucking big dick slinging, bro, and just go at it all night.
Mhm.
But this will be a good matchup, though. Alain Vigneault versus Barry Trotz, man. Two Colossus of Clouts going at it. It's a Colossus of Clout.
Colossus of Cloud.
It's the Colossus of Clout.
The next series we have here, Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Boston Bruins.
Series is tied 1-1.
Yes, it is. Series is tied now 1-1. Boston got first game 3-2. Tonight, Tampa Bay won
4-3.
4-3. Okay.
Overtime. Yeah.
Oh, it took overtime. Okay.
Yeah, I went to OT. 4-3.
Without a doubt, this is going to be the best series of the playoffs so far.
100%.
I mean, it's the most. I would say probably the series with the most dominating talent.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you want to talk about
It's
swinging
tight.
dicks back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you got Yaroslav Halak standing on his head, bro. By head, I mean his dickhead. Big dick swinging, bro. The big dick swinging.
It's the only way you get it done.
When he goes down, into the butterfly, bro, they had to like cut divots into the ice for him.
Oh, you're gonna make me spit on my beer.
Oh,
Don't want
You're a
to
spitter?
Oh yeah, sometimes.
Oh, you went straight out of focus, Scott. Oh, there you go.
I
Now you're
did.
back.
Now I'm back. It
Now
just
you're
takes time.
He was laughing too hard, so he went out.
Yeah.
I thought I was going blind for a second, bro. I was like, oh no, it's happening.
Your prescription is definitely out.
My blood pressure and all the salt I eat is finally making me blind. And it's not the diabetes. It's not the diabetes.
Diabetes.
Wow.
The sugars.
Diabetes. I totally agree, though, Scott. I legit think that series is going to be just straight gunslinging, bro. It's going to be the best series. I mean, there's other series we'll talk about that I think can shape up to be great series like that. But as far as like star power, I mean, both those teams have it.
Well, yeah. I mean, you look at the situation here. I mean, we ran into a situation with the whole playoffs being altered because of COVID. So you got the bubble situation, the expanded. So you got the Bruins, who were the top team, dropping to the 4 seed, and the Lightning. You got these two teams are probably the teams that everybody expected to be in the Eastern Conference Final, and they're playing each other here in the second round.
Yeah,
because of the way the playing round shaped up.
Quite a surprise. Well, I mean, that's their fault for not playing decently in the
It
playoffs.
is. It's definitely their fault. I'm just saying it's if the season
shocking.
played out right, we'll see. We'll see how shocking it is. I know Lightning fans, once they got past the Blue Jackets, their dicks are really hard right now. So
Oh yeah, they're big dick swinging, bro. We finally got past them. But now they get the Boston Bruins, and it's like Charlie Coyle, man. That kid is playing lights out right now, man. He is playing so well.
He continues to just be awesome for them.
Everything Minnesota wanted and wished they could have is now playing in Boston. And who'd they get back for him?
Oh, that is a good question.
Yeah.
Who did they
Could not tell
trade?
you.
Charlie Coyle trade.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking up right now too. That's how
Let's not
it,
look like idiots.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ryan Donato.
and a 5th-round pick.
So I mean,
So
yeah,
you know what? That's actually been a
Trade.
decent trade for them. To be honest
yeah.
with you, I think it's been pretty fair. Ryan Donato's been an absolute stud.
and Charlie
For
Coyle hasn't
Minnesota.
really turned it on until maybe this year, last half of the season.
Yeah,
He's
I
really
think that's
starting
one
to
of
come into his
those.
own.
That's one of those trades right there where it was just a change of scenery. I think needed to happen because Coyle's
Yeah, for
been
both of them.
exactly what Boston was looking for. Donato wasn't doing. I mean, I still remember when we first started the podcast, Scott. If you remember, I think I picked Ryan Donato to be the Calder winner. I think that was our first year of the podcast, and
I think so,
did
yeah.
not work out really well. But he went to Minnesota and has just been awesome for them.
Mm-hmm.
Not as good as Kevin Fiala.
Someone's
but-
got to be.
No, but
Someone
those two
has to
together
be.
has been awesome.
Yeah, he's got a hell of a shot.
Yes, he does. Third series here. Zach brought it up a little bit already. So we got Vegas versus Vancouver. Vegas took game one in an absolute shit kicking.
Yeah.
And what was the comment you said, Zach? You said about Vegas doing to Vancouver.
Oh, dude. So exactly what I thought St. Louis was going to do to Vancouver, Vegas is doing to Vancouver. St. Louis didn't get the job done, obviously. So I was expecting St. Louis to use their size to push around not the smaller forwards, but getting in on those defensemen. I mean, you really have to pressure Quinn Hughes to make him make mistakes. If you can have Quinn Hughes making mistakes, I don't want to say that you have them beat, but you take away a lot of the crisp passes out, So in game one, Vegas absolutely shit canned them. And the way that they were able to accomplish that is they had two people pressuring the puck. Every time Quinn Hughes had the puck on his stick in the defensive zone, he was getting checked into the boards. Every time Quinn Hughes had the puck in the offensive zone, he was getting checked into the boards. They did not give him any space whatsoever. And one thing that kind of why you still need bigger defensemen in the league, Vegas just stood in front of Markstrom all night. And literally, Vancouver had nobody to push him out. Nobody.
And it was so easy for their top players to stand up because of it.
Yep. And they had no answer to Ryan Reeves.
Mhm.
They had no answer to Vegas's fourth line. So I mean, I was expecting that in game one. Now game two,
guess what? Well, game one it happened. It was 5-0. It was an absolute shit kicking of Vancouver.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, like you said, now I mean they were playing right now. The game just ended. Vancouver did even the series. They came out. You want to talk about momentum shifting? They came out like a team should after getting their shit pushed in for fucking 60 minutes. They came out and showed up. They won 5-2 tonight.
Last I saw, Tyler Toffoli had 3 points. Man, welcome back, dude.
Tyler Toffoli and Elias motherfucking Pedersen both have.
And Tanner Pearson
That's
got
a
a goal.
great line, man. That is a great line. Having Elias Pedersen, Tyler Toffoli, and Tanner Pearson on a line. I mean, Pedersen is a distributor. You have Pearson getting in on the forecheck, and you have a pure sniper in Tyler Toffoli. And I'd say that with quotation marks, bro. I mean,
yeah, for those that aren't watching the stream.
Yeah, I mean, he's the streakiest goal scorer on the face of this earth, dude.
No, that's Patrick Laine.
Yeah, I'd say Laine.
It looks just like his dad. His dad is just Tanner Pearson's dad and Tyler Toffoli's dad are literally just fat versions of them, just like older. They look just like him, just thinner and more in shape. But yeah,
Tanner,
I mean,
Tyler
what you
Toffoli
expect?
is
Yeah,
the off-brand Patrick Laine.
yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Have you seen his flow? That dude's got some hair going on right now, dude.
Yeah, he's taking one out of my book. That's all.
Oh, really?
Mhm. Mhm. He called you, huh?
Yeah, he did. He was like, how do I do this?
Does this lady still work for the Dodgers?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, she does.
As far as I know.
That must suck having to live in Vancouver and work in LA. What a hell of a commute.
Yeah, that's as far as I know. But I mean, how much work is she doing this season when there's no? Isn't she part of like
Fair enough.
the
Isn't
Not-
she a
is
Dodger
it-
dog? I mean, a Dodger girl?
Dodger.
No. I think
Oh.
she's on the media, the media portion or like marketing side.
Oh,
as
she
far as I know.
posts on Instagram for them?
I don't know exactly what she does, but I
She
think
posts
she's
on Twitter for him? What a hell of a job, dude. I'm
what a
so
hell of a
jealous.
job. Super jealous.
But again, I mean, I mentioned this in last week's podcast, dude. Look how many former Kings were playing tonight. Kings are still playing in the playoffs, baby.
You
Braden
gotta get in
McNabb,
somehow.
Braden
Martinez.
McNabb, Martinez, Pearson, Toffoli.
Mm-hmm.
There was one more, wasn't there?
50-year-old white lady Kings fans just cream their pants.
Yeah. Jazz hands.
Ooh,
That's my
Cupcake.
Alec.
it's
That's
cupcake.
my Alec and cupcake. Oh God, man. Shut up. Shut up already, dude. Please, for the love of God. But yeah, I honestly the season behind, or not the season, but the series behind the Boston and Tampa series that I think is going to be the most exciting is going to be this one. This is going to be a slugfest, dude, and it's going to be some bad. It's going to be some bad blood brewed from this. But if you notice, every team that plays Vegas ends up having bad blood with them after a playoff matchup.
Bad blood.
It's because of Ryan Reeves.
It's because they're assholes, bro. It's because their team is comprised of all borderline second line players.
I'm not gonna lie. What Ryan Reeves did last game when he skated by the penalty box, waving at oh shit, who the fuck was it? Roussel.
Roussel's a
that
fucking
was
shit
so
stain.
Yeah,
bro.
he's a shit stain too. But fuck, I had to laugh at that. I was like, okay, that's pretty good.
You kind of just hope that both of them just go knee on knee and like blow their ACLs out. And I mean, why not?
Jesus.
They're just both terrible human beings, dude. Ryan Reeves is a little bit nicer because I mean
Yeah.
his after game
Yeah,
interviews.
he's
He seems
actually
like a really
entertaining.
cool guy.
Nice guy. Yeah, he seems like a cool guy. He's just an asshole on the ice, which is fine.
Yeah.
That's
I
why
like that.
actually I think I've grown to be okay with Ryan Reeves because of that.
Mhm.
He's an asshole on the ice, but then you like see all of his interviews.
Yeah, he seems like a pleasant guy.
He seems like a really cool guy to hang out with. and
Yeah,
have
I'd love
beer
to chill with him. But Roussel is an absolute
Shitbag.
stain on this earth, dude. His mom should have swallowed. Straight up, bro.
Well, Adam loves Roussel apparently.
I'm sorry,
so
Adam. He's
Maybe
just
you
a-
should have swallowed him. I don't
he is the type of he looks like he's the type of guy that doesn't have the goddamn common courtesy to give a reach around, dude. No, but he
He'll
looks
take
like
one, but he won't give one.
he doesn't look like the. I mean, he looks like the type of guy that just won't. Like he'll take a knee. You know what I mean? Like he just looks dirty as fuck, especially with that goatee he's got cracking. It's gross. Fucking rat. He's a goddamn rat.
Oh man, that's funny.
Another surprising series that's going on right now.
Yeah.
Number 2 Colorado versus number 3 Dallas.
hmm Adam's really happy.
Oh yeah, he's a Stars fan, huh?
hmm
I mean, the one thing the Stars have a top line that can match. They have a top line that can match
Colorado.
Colorado's top line, 100%. Beggins,
Yeah.
Ben Sagan, and Radulov can totally match up against that top line of Colorado. But the one thing that Dallas has that Colorado just doesn't really have is grit, man. They really have the sandpaper on their team that I don't think Colorado has. I think Colorado was looking for it, and maybe Nazem Kadri, even though he's more of like a shit like player, like he was more of a dirty guy, bitches a lot. But you got Blake Como, Andrew Cogliano, and Radek Foxa. on a line. That is a hell of a line right there for grit, dude.
Mhm.
Adam
And I-
says the Avs have no depth scoring.
Well, I mean, Nazem Kadri is pretty goddamn good, and so is
Yeah.
Andre Burakovsky.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, I don't know if that's a fair comment to say because I would say I thought the Avalanche did have decent depth scoring.
And you could say, I mean, I would totally disagree with you. The Stars have depth. I mean, who's their 2C? Joe Pavelski, 36-year-old.
Hey, you know what? He's
36-year-old
kicking
Captain
ass
America?
in the playoffs yet again.
Yeah,
who's
Pavelski's doing
tell
so
me-
well right now.
Tell me right now, who's on the line with Joe Pavelski?
Corey Perry.
Exactly. See, you can't. Besides Adam, you guys can't name their top six. Can you name the top six in Colorado?
Oh yeah,
Well, yeah.
Second line's Nazem Kadri, Andre Burakovsky,
Burakovsky,
and Jonas Donskoy.
Yep.
I mean, you can't do that for the Stars.
That's true. Okay. It's
Top
the
six
playoffs.
forwards aren't depth. Adam says he's
I
talking
don't-
about the bottom six.
Yeah.
Bottom.
The bottom six. Third, fourth line.
Yanmark and Guryanov. Guryanov is still an
Guryanov
unknown.
had a 4-goal game.
He did, but
Game
he's still an unknown. I mean, this is his rookie season, isn't it?
I do think so. I think Guryanov.
I believe this
is
is
a
his
rookie.
rookie season.
Yeah, I think he actually came up like. Correct me if I'm wrong, Adam, because I do not know. I just remember, if I remember correctly, I think Guryanov came up later this season. He wasn't slotting in once the season started. He kind of he got called up later in the year.
I'm not gonna lie, I know nothing about Yanmark because I
just knew he was supposed to be good.
I've
Matthias
always
Janmark?
confused him with Yancroke from
Mm.
from Nashville.
Yarncrook and Janmark.
Yeah, I always confuse them, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Who
he's
to,
a rookie in quotations. That's what I thought. So
he's like
I think he
36
got
years
called
old.
up. Well, he got called up and like he's played some spot games here and there. But that's what I remember. I think he got called up for good, like mid to late this season, and kind of stuck out. And he kind of showed up in the playoffs here.
I mean, that's
Which a
I
lot of
don't
the I mean,
Oh,
a lot of
okay.
the Stars are
He was
doing
on the
that.
roster all season, but didn't get much time at the start.
Mhm.
he's just in your top six. You know what I mean? That's all it is right now. He's just in your top six. Doesn't necessarily mean he's top six just yet. I mean, he's shown flashes of brilliance, 100%.
Yes. Yeah.
But again, like I don't know, Colorado. To me, Colorado has the depth, and
I'd say that too.
I-
Just because
yeah,
Dallas has the
their defense is even at this point depth scoring. I mean, you're not looking for goals from your defense usually, and you look at the defense that Colorado has, and Makar and
Gerard.
yeah, exactly. Gerard.
Kevin Graves led the league in plus minus.
Yep. I mean, you got guys that I think can match up there. I think they have depth.
But then
I don't
on
think
the
they've
flip
shown
side of
up
that-
well.
On the flip side of that, though, on Dallas defense, you got Klingberg, you got Heiskanen.
Their defense, I
Yeah.
think, is the
Esa
the,
Lindell had a monster of a game this past game, dude.
that's
He
done
Had a
well. and
hell
the
of a
fact that you've got Grubauer that is out indefinitely, and also Eric Johnson got hurt. Both of them got hurt. Now it's not like, what's it called? Francouz. He's, you don't have a drop off in goaltending there, I don't think, but
They got
when he was
Kudobin starting. What's going on with Bishop? Is Bishop injured?
Bishop's been injured. Yeah,
Is he injured?
He's not ready to come back yet. He's not
But
ready to come back from an injury. Kudobin's been awesome.
I don't think you would even put Bishop in if he
No,
came back.
even if he comes back right now, he's playing too well.
Yeah.
I think it might be because Bishop is just too tall. He's a tree of a man.
Very tall.
He's very, very tall. I'm gonna show you
Redwood.
guys. I'm gonna show you guys something real quick, dude.
Okay.
I want you guys to see something.
You can share your screen, right? It lets you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want you
Bishop is made of
guys.
glass.
I just want you guys to see. Shout out to my buddy Kevin Collins from We're Los Angeles.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna show you guys fucking Ben Bishop's doppelganger, dude.
Oh, please.
Hold on 1 second, I'm getting there. This guy is straight up his doppelganger. Here, let me see.
Let's see.
I'm trying to look for just a picture of him. I don't want to like give away too much. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go.
All right. For those people watching, Adam, thank you. Or those of you that watch later, you'll get to see this. Let me know when you're sharing your screen so I can add it in.
All right, there we go. Can you see it? Oh, hold on.
Oh, here we go. Add to stream.
Look at that. That is Ben Bishop's doppelganger, bro. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, Kevin. There you go.
Yeah, dude. Kevin is straight up Ben Bishop's doppelganger, bro. When the Kings got him, I was like, "Hey, you didn't tell me your brother was goaltending for us."
What a trade!
That's gonna be a
was,
great
huh?
series, though. The Colorado and Dallas gonna be a great series.
I think it still can because you have to take a look at. I mean, they're up 2-0. I mean, game 3 is always the turning point here. They come out and play, especially. You have to think about it. It's a completely different environment. There is no fans, so your only home ice advantage really is changing ice. You know, the 2 periods having the long change. That's pretty much it at this point.
Mhm.
Even goal songs get played for both teams. So it'll be interesting. This series is far from over. Adam calls Dallas in 5.
I can see Dallas in 6, to be really honest.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know what time it is?
What time is it?
You know exactly what time it is, dude.
Oh shit! Hold on. It is time.
Yes.
For our buddy, Real Gentleman, Jay from Ontario, California.
Was it Berkey? Where's my 50 piece, bruh?
No. That was Real Gentleman said that, I think. He said he'd give you a 50 piece if you shaved a smiley face into your chest hair, right?
Look at that right there.
As long as it was visible.
That is visible.
God.
No. I can knit you one of these sweaters, Adam, just for you.
I'm gonna make sure I tag Real Gentleman and let him know that.
Oh, it's Real Gentleman, right? It wasn't Berkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, Real Gentleman.
Yeah.
There you go, bud. Just for you.
Yeah, you're gonna have to check it out later.
No, God, no. Oh man,
That's amazing.
oh, I love that show. Well, I mean, I don't know if he's quoting that show, but I love The Office. That is hands down by far my favorite show ever, dude.
I love that show.
Oh, it's great.
Parks and Rec is pretty good too.
Parks and Rec is decent.
Decent. All right.
So let's get on
go
into
ahead.
the notes and stuff like that.
Well, do you want to? I mean, these series are probably gonna be done before next week. Do you want to?
Do you think so? Really?
Should they? Right? Maybe.
No, I don't think
No,
so.
they won't. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, do you want to give your prediction on how they shake out?
No, I don't
Most
think so.
Might be
All right.
done.
All right.
I don't know.
Whatever.
I'll give my predictions. We can go through
Okay.
that real quick. I'm still gonna say I'm gonna say Philly in 6 over New York. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Boston in 7 against Tampa Bay. I'm gonna do Vegas in 6 over Vancouver, and I'm gonna do Dallas in 6 over Colorado.
All right.
I will say. Oh, you're
No,
ready to
go.
Okay. I will say Philly in 6. I'm gonna agree with you on that. I'll agree with you. Say Boston in 7. I think I'm gonna go Vancouver in 7. throw it in there.
Ooh.
And
I'm sorry. Finish it. Yeah.
then Dallas in 7.
Yeah, so that's one thing Alex said when he was talking to us when he was telling us he couldn't make it tonight. He thinks that Vancouver is the best team in the Pacific right now, and I kind of agree with him on that.
Yeah.
It's tough to say right now, but yeah.
I wouldn't go that far. I won't. Oh, Pacific. Sorry, I was thinking Western Conference.
Yeah, but specifically the Pacific.
Specific. Okay. Specifically. I am going to go. Let's see. It's hard to. This is an interesting series for me because I'm kind of torn here. But I am going to be the odd man out again. I'm going to pick the Islanders in 6.
Ooh. Freezing
I am-
cold take.
Yeah, I mean, they're just on a roll right now. Very trust.
I mean, it could happen for sure. I'm not
Very
gonna.
Um,
trades. Very Badgernuts.
I'm also going to take Tampa Bay in 7. So I'm just going to flip. I think
Okay.
it's going to go 7.
You
as well.
contrarian bitch.
No, contrarian. I'm just, I don't know. I think they're going to get over the hump here. I think Vegas wins in 5.
Ooh, okay.
As much as I wanted to pick Vancouver, I just think they're the better team. They'll come out and solve them after that 5-2. And then I've just got to stick with Colorado. This is a toss-up for me, and them being down 2-0, but I'm going to say Colorado in 7.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
I could have wore my Nathan McKinnon third jersey, really showed it off, but it's too hot. I'm not going to do that.
Adam says Islanders win in 6. I just want to point out that is a very false statement. That is just completely wrong. It's not happening.
That is definitely not going to happen.
Why? Because I was right the first time.
Be quiet.
I was the only one that picked the Islanders. All right. Well, that's kind of our playoff update. Daniel, how can you be so wrong? I apologize for that. I will not be upset because I think Dallas is a great team too, but I have to show support for Nathan McKinnon, and I think him and his goal streak are going to continue on throughout the playoffs.
Biased.
And he's going to come back, and they're going to win the Stanley Cup because that was my pick.
Okay.
I can't give up now.
All right.
So, on to the notes. This was an interesting topic to hit on. Marc-Andre Fleury's agent decided he was going to post a picture on social media of a painting of Marc-Andre Fleury with a knife through his back after Leonard continues to get starts.
It wasn't.
for Vegas.
It wasn't just a knife, bro. It was a motherfucking sword.
Full sword.
That thing
It
was
was-
huge.
It impaled him. It went through him.
Yeah, that was the fucking stone of. That was fucking Excalibur right there, bro. Going through that guy's heart.
Oh,
But-
I'm going to continue talking. I'm going to put this up on the screen so Alex can see it later.
With that being said, the one thing I was right about for the last show was Ovi out in round 1. Damn, straight spit that hot fire.
I
But-
was right too, Adam.
But here's the
Go
thing:
ahead.
with Marc-Andre Fleury, you were looking at the first ever goaltender of the Seattle Kraken. No, he's going to the Seattle Kraken.
He's gonna be the first goalie to be on the first pick for both what do you call it, expansion franchises.
He can't. They can't pick him. Vegas is exempt from this expansion draft.
I
but
know. It
that'd
would
still be
funny, though.
fucking hilarious though if he ended up there. I mean, I don't blame him, dude. I mean, he kept him in so much, and so many games, and they go out and get Leonard, and it's kind of a stab in the back to him. I mean, I kind of agree.
Yeah, I think getting Lehner was the stab in the back, probably, not starting him. Leonard's been the better goaltender, and so
Yeah,
of course you're going
you
to get the better goaltender.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we thought it was an interesting move from the start. I mean, we thought it was interesting that Chicago decided to trade him too, but we'll get to that take later as well.
Well, they kind of shit. They kind of shit their pants when they made the playoffs. They're like, "Oh shit, we made the playoffs, guys."
Yeah, I know, but still, like, even if they weren't even on that track, that was an interesting signing for them to go and flip him.
I agree.
But at the same time, too, like, it makes sense for Vegas. Like, of course, I'm going to feel bad for Flower. He's my favorite goaltender. But, like, it makes sense for Vegas to pick up the younger, better goaltender for just in case Flower decides to choke in the playoffs. God forbid. He does it.
Never seen that before.
No, never. Oh shit!
Oh, all right. Now you're
Almost-
just knocking
almost-
microphones off with your hairy titties.
Fuck off, you bitch! Take your shirt off, dude. Let's see your hairy ass tits.
Nope.
I'm just
I'm
comfortable.
confident, not that confident.
I'm comfortable in my own skin, bro. And nobody can say nothing to me that'll make me feel bad about myself.
Perfect.
It's true. I know I'm fat. It's fine. but I don't need to show off my titties on camera.
You calling me fat, asshole?
No, Alex did that last episode.
Oh yeah, that fucking bitch, puffy ass nipples, Puff Daddy. Dude, that guy has the puffiest nipples I've ever seen in my life, dude. Like straight up, bro. Like it looks like risen dough that's been rising for 3 days just on his chest. Like it looks like they come out like a good 6 inches from his body. Half a foot, bro.
my god.
We're getting totally out. We're getting totally
Back
outside.
on
Talking.
Speaking of puffy
Adam-
nipples, Pittsburgh expected to trade one of their goalies.
That was a great segue. That was a great segue.
I
dude.
tried my best.
That was a great segue. I give that shit to you. I think they're gonna have some troubles moving Matt Murray. Kid has had concussion issues. I mean, he's one
Is that a
puck to
Pittsburgh
the.
problem.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. They're expected to move one, and they might be forced into moving Jari because I don't think the return for Matt Murray is going to be the greatest. Kid is one puck to the face mask away from being just a fucking potato.
No, my question was: is concussions a Pittsburgh problem? Because Crosby's got them too.
Yeah, well, Crosby's a generational talent. Matt Murray's not.
No, I just mean the concussion problem.
Oh yeah, their spotters are shit. They don't care about their players. Oh, you just
It's like the
rattled
NFL.
you rattled your head off the glass. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, just get
Fine,
back in
get
there,
out
bud.
there. I mean, this is an interesting topic. I know it came up on the NZ Discord earlier today because Viral is a big Pittsburgh fan. This is, I mean, him being a Pittsburgh fan, he basically said they can get rid of both of them for all he cares, and they need to find somebody to replace them both. That's interesting take. I think Tristan Yarry's done pretty well for them.
Yeah.
But we also thought Casey DeSmith was going to be the replacement a while back, and he kind of shit the can for himself and got sent back to the minors. Yarry's been pretty solid there. It's just one of those things. It's a product of where they're at as a team. I mean,
Yeah, you got to look at the defense in front of them. They paid fucking Jack Johnson what, $3.5 million a year?
well, they had to. This is going to be bad. They had to get him some money for his parents' deal.
You're an asshole, dude. You're an asshole. You know that?
Yeah, I know. I said
Bad
this is
human
bad,
being.
but
Shitty person, man.
so are his parents for taking it. They shouldn't have done it in the first place. It's not his fault. I don't think.
That's terrible. So bad for the guy.
I know. I do.
Oh,
I feel bad for that. But
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
be real
here's
here
it.
as a parent. I would totally do that to my daughter if she got famous. Give me all that money. Yoink.
I raised your ass.
This is my money now. Homie.
No, the worst part is the worst part of that whole situation is it wasn't even like we raised your ass for taking money. It was like a scam, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, they
legit,
were like siphoning money off of them or something.
Yeah, poor guy.
Yeah.
That's terrible. And
Anyway.
I would never do that to my daughter.
Especially
Only
since she's
slightly.
watching.
Only slightly.
But I mean, that's the thing is you look at the goaltending situation. I mean, Tristan Yarry is probably the better talent. We thought Murray was going to shape up. I mean, he's got a couple Stanley Cups now, but I don't know. He was kind of the same thing with. He has a better track record, I would say, probably in the playoffs for Pittsburgh than Fleury did, because Fleury just had kind of that knack of, we brought it up earlier. It was a sarcasm, but he seemed to fall apart in the playoffs a lot. But Murray's looked spectacular in the playoffs, but he's also had the injury bug. He hasn't been able to shake that. I feel like he misses a handful of games every season. And then the last 2 seasons, he's come back and just been very average. And Yarry has just looked like the better goaltender. It's really hard to move him, but sometimes it's a product of the environment. You're looking at a team that's aging and needs to make moves. At this point, maybe they do need to get the bigger return, and Tristan Yarry might bring it.
Well, they're dumb for getting rid of that 15th round pick, man. They could have probably packaged that up and got Askarov. There you go. Problem solved.
They're just stupid for keeping Jim Rutherford as a GM.
I agree.
So bad.
I agree.
That is something I think most Pittsburgh fans can get behind.
And something Adam said too. Adam also said that the problem is JR.
Yeah, I actually did see a funny tweet that I was looking for. You guys can continue on. It was a Rutherford tweet that I saw earlier.
They just need to
that
clear
I think is
staff.
really funny.
It's ridiculous. I mean, I've been saying it for a year now. It's just you keep signing old guys to ridiculous contracts. You get rid of your young talent. You now don't have enough young talent, and then you go ahead and trade a 15th overall pick.
But I mean, Kapanen is a young talent, though.
Kapanen is a young talent, but I wouldn't say 15th overall pick worthy in a deep draft.
That's very true. I mean, I agree with that. That is a pretty bonehead move. Yeah. I mean, if anything, the best thing Rutherford can do at this point is to try and move Malkin and fucking one of Murray and Jari. They need to make some moves in Pittsburgh is what we're trying to say here.
Mm-hmm.
They're not they can probably make the playoffs, but I don't think they're a championship caliber team. That's for sure.
I agree. I can't find the tweet, but if I find it later, I'll post it up. It was pretty funny. They were talking about Rutherford losing his marbles.
Speaking of somebody who you can see through their head into their marbles, Todd Reardon fired as head coach of Washington.
The transitions are just on point today. I love it.
Fucking shave your head, asshole. You're not fooling anybody. But yeah, he was fired. I mean, he just got absolutely outclassed and outcoached by Barry Trotz, man. He got bent over and spanked like a little boy. It was amazing. I love to see it. You love to see it. But Babcock and Gallant among replacement candidates. I hope Babcock never gets a job in the NHL ever again. The guy just looks like an absolute fucking shit stain of a human being. But Gerard Gallant can actually be a really good head coach in Washington. This kind of system that he plays would definitely benefit. I mean, if you look at Washington, they're like the Vegas of the East. They have a lot of big, fast, good talent. So I think Gerard Gallant would be the best fit there.
And I agree with Adam. We said that from the start. They should have just re-signed Trotz, and guess what? Here you are. They just keep getting outclassed by Trotz every time they play him.
Yep. I agree, Adam. The idiots should have re-signed Trotz. You're absolutely right. How do you fire a guy that wins you a cup and gets Ovi to play 200 feet? What's worse,
This is a good question.
Dubas defending CC. Kid is just, I don't know. He's a slug, bro. He just can't skate. He's just a mook on the ice.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know what's worse, Rutherford defending Johnson or Dubas. I mean, I would say probably Dubas defending CC is probably worse because CC does. I mean, you were talking about it with somebody earlier, right, Zach, about his advanced stats being absolutely horrendous.
Yep.
Every time he touches the puck, he turns it over.
Yep. Kid is just trash. I'm sorry.
Jack Johnson's actually been pretty good for Pittsburgh.
He's physical.
For the cap hit, probably not. But as far as a player, he's been fine there. Everybody just attaches the value because of where his cap hit is, but he's done perfectly fine.
And JJ's American, bro. Got to back that American blood, bro.
Yeah, CC wants a raise.
Motherfucking Johnson, dude.
I did hear that. CC does want a raise too. That's really hard to defend at that point. Not very good and wants a raise. Bro, just be happy you have a fucking spot on the roster.
Yeah, he's not long for the NHL, bro.
No. Let's see. So Ovi and the Capitals were talking about a contract, I believe, a contract extension. They said that they put off talks for now.
What's he got? 1 year? He's got 1 year left, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I haven't looked too much into it, man.
Yeah, I haven't looked either. I mean, I don't know. I mean, does this mean anything? No, not really.
No. He's going to retire a Capital.
Well, no. I mean, that's not the thing. The thing is he's always kind of hinted at when this contract is up, he might go back to Russia and play. But now that the world, Now that we're going to do the World Cup again or the Olympics, and NHL players are going to be able to play, I think he's going to continue to play here until he's ready to retire. because he will still be able to represent Russia, which he wanted to do one more time.
I don't think that has anything to do with it, man. I think 100% he's somewhat close to Gretzky's goal record, and he wants to beat it.
Yep.
He wants to beat it. I don't think he cares about anything else at this point. He's
Yeah.
got his cup. He got the he's got the cup. He wants that goal record. That's what he's playing for. So
I think he does
totally
too.
decides.
I just know that was something that he said was important in his career, is playing for Russia.
Everybody says that about Russians, and every Russian says that about representing their home country and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I mean, he has before, and he's going to get the chance in the future. But I still think that to him, probably what's more important is going down as the greatest goal scorer in the history of the NHL.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think he's going to stay until he's ready to retire, especially even if that was something. Now that the fact is that the NHL players can represent their country again,
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to. It definitely will not have any bearing on what he's going to do. So apparently, in the weird hit between Svechnikov and Chara, Zdeno Chara, he suffered a high ankle sprain, which obviously you need your ankles to skate in the NHL, and the off season is a little bit shorter this year. But he's going to be apparently good to go for next season.
Tangle with the bear, you get the claws, bro. That's what you get.
It's true.
We mentioned Grubauer and Johnson both out for Colorado. Don't know if they're going to be back for the series or not. Let's see. So this was an interesting note. I saw this from John Shannon on Twitter yesterday. So apparently the NHL and NHL Players Association had some preliminary talks about next season. One proposal for next season is, if there are still restrictions going on with states or cities because of COVID, there is this proposal they have on the table to create 4 bubble cities, rotating all 31 teams in those cities in 8-game increments.
I like it.
That's
Absolutely
smart.
like it.
I think it's a really great idea, and the best thing is prepare for it now. Have that plan ready to go, because worst case, you don't need that plan and you just go back to everybody playing like normal.
Yeah.
It's better to plan for worst case scenario and having to do that than trying
Always
to scramble.
Always got a plan for worst case Ontario, dude. I like it, because you could do a bubble city as Vancouver, you can do one as Calgary or Edmonton, then you could do one in Winnipeg and then one in the East. Because then at that point you got all time zones kind of covered.
Yeah, and that's the thing that they said is, even though what wasn't discussed, the most likely scenario if they do this bubble city or the 4 bubble cities, they probably all 4 will be in Canada.
Well, yeah, because they have it under control. America, apparently COVID doesn't exist in America.
Shit the bed.
Yep, absolutely shit the bed. But that's neither here nor there.
Nope. This is a hockey podcast.
Yeah, but-
So we kind of touched on it earlier when I said about the big oof on goalies in Chicago. So Corey Crawford apparently still wants to come back to the NHL. You want to talk about somebody one concussion away from being soup. He wants to remain with Chicago, but playing time is more important than money at this point in his career, and he wants to be their number 1 still. Big oof.
Homeboy is straight out of his gourd, bro. He is tripping at the
With those
highest
concussions.
degree.
This dude, you want to talk about having big fucking nuts? This dude is straight. I told you, this guy was a fucking plug, and 2 weeks ago, he's a plug on this podcast with his shit fucking save percentage and goals against average. Chicago won, but bro, your ass. Why?
He walked into the GM's office and straight up just unzipped his pants and unfurled his whole entire package, bro. Nuts and alls. I just laid it onto the table. This is what I want, dude. And if I was Bowman, I would have just laughed in his face, dude.
He should have said, "You should put want in one hand and shit in the other, and tell me which one fills up first."
Yeah, he is absolutely tripping, bro. I don't think that they're gonna re-sign him, and I don't think that he's gonna play in the NHL anymore. He just doesn't have it. Maybe as a backup, but that's it.
Yeah,
But then
if,
again, if you-
playing time is his goal, then does he play? Probably
No.
not.
No.
No, I mean, but on the flip side of that, though, who does Chicago have? Malcolm Subban.
They fucked up.
Yep.
They fucked up. They should have. If
Atlanta.
they were going to go ahead and sign Leonard, they should have kept him and kicked Crawford to the curb. But instead, guess what you got?
Leonard's FA at the end of this year, right?
Yeah, he signed a 1-year deal with Chicago.
He can come back to Chicago if he wants.
Yeah, I mean,
True.
but if
They're going
you
to
were
pay him
going
max contract.
Yeah, but you have to at this point because you signed him, basically giving him like, okay, you have a chance to take a spot, and then they trade him away. Like, I understand the position they were in, but why sign him if you're just going to go to Corey Crawford anyways?
Yep.
It's just a bad look, as lots of people say. You play stupid games, you get stupid prizes.
Yep. Absolutely shitty move.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, that's the number one oof of the week.
That it is.
I just love that meme where it's like the spin cycle set to oof, and he's just like oof. Love that shit.
That one is great. So that's kind of the end of the notes. We have kind of transitioned more to it's an awkward, I guess, off season because we have these big ass trade that happens today, and we still got the playoffs in full swing. But short off season, that's what's going to happen. Teams that get ousted are going to start making moves right away.
Yep.
But that moves us right into our stars of the week. Obviously, this is our stars of the round segment because for the playoffs, we do it for each round. Number one star for the round one was none other than Nathan MacKinnon from the Colorado Avalanche. In 5 games, he had 3 goals, 7 assists, a +4, 4 power play points, 18 shots on goal, and a 50% face-off win percentage. And to kind of piggyback on that, he has a goal in every game. I want to say he has he's on a goal streak right now currently of 10 games in the playoffs, which is tied with the Avalanche record.
Are you sure? Because he only had 3 goals in 5 games.
I know, but in
Are you
the
talking about points?
I thought it was points, but I want to say that said goals earlier when I looked. I know it was 3 goals and 7 assists, but that was 3 goals and then unless I looked at it, I don't know.
We'll have to
Either way,
fact check
he's on
this
some.
later on.
Yeah, we'll have to fact check it. It was either goals or point streak, but he's on.
A tear.
He's tied. Yeah, he's 10 straight games with a pointer goal, which is tied with the Avalanche record. Kicking ass.
Good
He
stud.
actually scored the last. I know he's definitely scored in the first 2 games of this series as well.
Kid is a fucking monster. He has the kind of face that I just want to punch though, but Kid is a monster. He just has that kind of face where I just want to punch it or make out with him, one or the other.
Yeah, Adam, I know that. This was I cut off these stats here are just for that round. This is only through Saturday. Yeah, I know he's up to 7 now.
Monster.
Yeah, this is just for that first series. So in that first series, also our next star is Elias motherfucker Pettersson. In 6 games, he had 3 goals, 6 assists, a +3, 5 power play points, 12 shots on goal, and a 52.2 face-off win percentage.
Kid is just going to be so good, man.
He's so tiny, and it's
Tiny.
the new NHL, but he's
Elias
okay,
Pettersson is tall
lanky.
as fuck, man.
Lanky is what
You
I
know
meant.
what? You know what Alex said to me the other day? He's like,
What was that?
dude, if a team was ranked based on the length of their necks, Vancouver would be number 1. Dude, the kid is a motherfucking giraffe, bro. Kid is a
It's
fucking
true.
giraffe.
He's got
Holy
a neck
shit.
for days.
Neck for days, bro. That neck game's strong, dude. But have you guys ever seen that video where it's Vancouver Canuck fans reactions, where Vancouver Canuck reactions to them drafting Elias Pettersson over Gabriel Velarde?
No,
They were heated that they drafted him instead of Gabe Velarde.
I think they're happy now,
Oh yeah,
considering
100%.
we've only seen a handful of games from Mr. Velarde.
What's going on over there, Scott?
I
Are you
don't
in
know.
the-
I'm out of focus again.
Are you in the
Hmm.
nether right now?
Perfect.
There
Oh, there you
it
go.
is.
I fixed it.
Nice.
Bro,
That's
I
a
was
magic trick.
I was expecting you to go like this and then just be completely naked.
Like the old
magic
what do you call it? Shit. The
Again.
7 second. What's the app that was something until it disappeared? The 7
Snapchat?
second one? No. The 7 second one.
I have no idea.
I don't know. That was a while, a couple years ago. Now I feel like I'm out of touch, but I
I
actually
have no
used it.
clue.
I thought you were about to do the wipe challenge. Wipe, wipe,
Wipe me down.
wipe them.
You want to take the next one, Scott?
Yeah, I'll take the next one. Our last star is Carter Hart, because of course, in 6 games he went 4-2-0, had 11 goals against on 171 shots. Wow, for a 0.936 save percentage, 1.96 goals against average, and had 2 shutouts.
Back to back.
He's only 22 years old.
He's only 22.
That was what he was the youngest goaltender to get a shutout in the playoffs, right?
Yes.
Damn.
Guy's a
He's,
monster.
he's an absolute beast.
Big
Mhm.
dick swinging.
Yeah, that guy can just put his dick on any table he walks
Getting
by.
his jersey 100%.
Yeah.
There you
I don't
go.
blame
Not at all. Next we got the plugs. Do you want to take any, Zach?
you. Yeah, sure. I'll take the plugs.
All right.
Plugs of the round, dude. Phil, I'm about to have 6 hot dogs. Kessel, right wing out of Arizona, 5 games, 0 points, -2, 12 shots on goal, all in a span of 15 minutes, 57 seconds TOI per game. Once again, Phil
Ass.
Kessel, he's a piece of shit.
All he-
He's out.
All he did was eat hot dogs.
All,
Yeah, you can see it.
Yep.
You just
you love to see it. Jesperi Kotkaniemi. This is kind of a surprise. I mean, he's not my
Oh, yeah.
pick as a plug, but they had a tough playoff matchup. They had a really tough playoff matchup against a
Mhm.
really good Philadelphia team, and they
They
kind of
did.
exploded them. 2 points. He was even 23 penalty minutes on a bogus 10-minute misconduct. I didn't agree with that. 1 power play point, 6 shots on goal, 14 minutes time on ice. And this is the kicker and why he's a plug. 26.2% of FOW. It's fucking like
Yeah.
Daniel when he's playing center in the MHL.
Whatever, dude.
Whatever. Jordan Bennington shit the motherfucking
it
bed.
was so
2
sad.
weeks in a row. Hold on, let's point that out. 2 weeks
Yeah,
in a row,
it
we
was.
got Mr. Bennington on this shit.
It was
Guys,
so disappointing.
Yep, I mean he's a one-hit wonder, bro. He's like Milli Vanilli, dude. Girl, you know it's true. He's a fucking one-hit wonder, dude. 3 games, 3-0, 13 goals allowed on 65 shots on goal,
Lord.
80% save percentage, and 5.21 goals against the average. Yeah, St. Louis is kind of kicking themselves.
Let's put that in perspective here. He allowed 2 more goals than Carter Hart on a third the amount of shots.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Unreal.
And it's that he was so good during the regular season too. Like he was
yeah,
proving
he was
himself
great.
during the regular season, and
He
now
was proving that he wasn't a one-hit wonder.
St. Louis pulled themselves back into that series and then played Bennington and then lost, bro. Like, what are you doing? You go with Jake Allen. He had 2 wins in a row. Keep going
Yeah.
without. Either way, that's neither here nor there. Jordan, those are your 3 plugs of the round, my friends.
I like how Adam's talking shit about me at C, but if you look at my stats, I actually have a better face-off win percentage than none other than a Bro Kudrat himself.
Yeah, right.
I do. I have a 54%.
On how many face-off attempts?
Well, not as many as him, but it's over 100. It's almost 200.
Are we at 54% for 2 face-offs taken?
No. Look it up. Almost 200, I think.
Oh
I played a
wow.
decent. Yeah, I think it's 53% actually. It's 53 or 54%.
Oh wow.
And I'm not talking shit about Alex. I'm just saying he's an actual. He plays center a lot,
He's a decent center.
and I'm not. That's my worst thing at center. Actually, when we play, I cannot win draws, but I won over 50%.
Good for you. Good
Thank
for you, bud.
Thank you. Appreciate
Good
it.
good for you in those rose gold headphones.
I'm digging them. They're really comfy though, so I don't really care. And they prevent echoes. So
Echolocation.
echolocation. Echolocation.
Should we get into our playoff leaders?
Yep. So we can wrap up here.
Points, Nathan McKinnon with 18. Goals, Pavelski and McKinnon leading with 7. Joe motherfucking Pavelski leading. He has the most playoff goals for an active player right now. Assists is McKinnon and Heiskanen with 11. Plus minus, big O Jamie Alexiak with a plus
Throwing
11.
his dick around.
Throwing that dick around. Goals against average, Semyon Varlamov with a 1.50. Save percentage is Varlamov and Korpisalo with a .941. And shutouts is a 6-play tie between Korpisalo, Price, Talbot, Hart, Varlamov. That's actually 5 with 2.
Maths. It's a hard concept.
Yeah. Maths.
Maths. I love it. But yeah, that's kind of it. Well, the last thing we got here is our beer of the week, or beers of the week, because we each have our own. Well, Scott's got water. We know that. Zach has a beer this week, so that's good.
Oh yeah, I drank it.
Yeah, well, that's good. So did I. Mine's been gone for a while. But what did you have there?
I had a brick wall. No, I had the West Coast style IPA from AleSmith. I wouldn't get it again.
You wouldn't?
Nope.
Yeah. I mean, it's a basic IPA.
It had a weird aftertaste.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I got it at Target.
Oh,
But I was
maybe
like,
that's why.
I was like, you know what, man? Daniel's drinking a beer. I'm going to drink a beer. Why not? It's only Tuesday.
Yeah. I mean, I've substituted my Fridays for Tuesdays so I can drink on podcast night.
Atta boy.
So my beer here.
I'm more interested in your beer.
Yeah, thank you. So this one is called Kickin' Knowledge. It's from Barrier Brewing Company. So this is a cool little can for people that are watching. I have to rotate it the correct way. Looks like a chalkboard. Pretty cute. Pink
Ooh.
guava. So this is a pink guava milkshake IPA
Ooh.
that also has vanilla, coconut, and lactose, hopped with how do you say Motueka? Do you know that one?
No, I'd have to see it.
Motueka, Mosaic, and Citra hops. This bitch is, let's see, how much percent? I do not see it. I think it was 7.2%. Don't know why I can't find the percentage now. Guess it was that high. Just kidding. No, I think it was 7.2% when I checked it in on Untapped. It's really good. We talked about it before. The whole milkshake idea.
They just slap, bro. They fucking slap.
They're so good.
But don't drink too many of them, dude, because they will give you a hangover. That sugar and the lactose just fucks you up. And if you're lactose intolerant, if you're lactose tolerate, have you guys ever seen Bone Apple Tea on Reddit?
Yeah.
If you haven't, check it out, bro. But that's one of the most misspelled or mispronunciated thing. If you're lactose intolerant, do not drink it because you will end up with the BGs.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Because I mean, it's basically concentrated lactose. That's why it's not milk. But yeah, I mean, I agree. It's just it sounds weird with like the lactose and stuff, but all these milkshake IPAs that I've had have just been awesome. And
amazing.
This one, yeah, I mean the Fall of Troy. Did you have that one too?
I have not. No.
Beaver.
No.
That was amazing.
Fall of Troy.
Yeah, it's called Fall of Troy from Belching Beaver.
Oh. Okay.
It was what was it? I think you had a sip of that, Scott. It was like a orange.
I did no such thing.
Oh,
was the Fall of Troy that
Not
orange creamsicle beer?
It was a orange creamsicle milkshake IPA, I believe.
How old are you now, Scott?
We can start admitting things on November. As soon as it hits November, we can start admitting things and saying things happen.
No, you can say things happen. You just can't be caught in the act of it.
Okay, fair point. Yes, I did take a sip.
But yeah, that one's really good. And then you've been to Great Notion, the guava mochi.
That one was decent, man. But I think the best
Amazing.
milkshake IPA I've ever had was the strawberry frosted treat, strawberry frosted pastry from Decadent Ales. They're from New York. Oh my god, dude!
That sounds amazing.
Me and Dave killed. Shout out to Dave.
Mhm.
Shout out to We Are Los Angeles again. If you guys are,
Oh, absolutely. Mhm.
yeah, if you guys are Kings fans, make sure it's a page that I run with a couple of my other buddies. We do have a podcast. We're kind of on a hiatus until Kings hockey starts to ramp back up. There's nothing really to talk about right now. But yeah, we will be coming out with content for that. But yeah, you can check us out on Facebook. We Are Los Angeles. We Are Los Angeles Hockey Club. It's really long. But yeah, me and Dave straight up killed a 4-pack of that Decadent Ales, bro. Oof. Big old oof, dude. So good.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Yeah, I always try to get the milkshake ones. As soon as I saw this is the only one that I got, I think 2 of, because you see when I go every week, I usually just do one of everything.
I'm gonna have to try out that Fall Troy, man. That sounds really interesting. I really like Belching Beaver.
Yeah, they make good shit. But yeah, that's the beer of the week or beers
Before we
of the week.
finish off, Adam said,
Please.
as someone who doesn't drink a milkshake IPA sounds disgusting. It actually isn't.
We understand. We
Yeah, it
understand.
sounds
That's why I said
disgusting.
it sounds disgusting and it sounds very weird.
Yeah.
But once you try it, it's I don't know how to describe it, and I'm a very terrible person to ask because obviously I like IPAs,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
I
it's
was gonna
one
say-
that's not. It's usually the milkshake ones are not bitter and what you think of as an IPA.
As someone that despises beer and thinks beer tastes awful, milkshake IPAs are actually really good.
There you go. You heard it here first. Underage, Scott.
Hold on a minute.
Hypothetically speaking, if I were to have had a sip,
At one point
it
in my
tastes
life,
good.
I did not do it.
Here, my daughter's FaceTiming me. You want to say hi to everybody?
Oh yeah.
Say hi.
Hi. Hi, Amelia. Welcome to the show. We're wrapping up.
Oh, we got to do the with that being said, bro.
Yes, we do. All right, guys.
So with that being said,
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 with that being said, that was awful.
All right,
Terrible.
we do it one more time then. Go and start us off, Scott.
All right.
all right.
With that being said,
That being said, thank you all for joining.
You didn't-
What?
Bye.